Jags was serving the green. Before I was popping, I was nursing my dreams. Now I ain't never been a gangster, but I know a few things. I just rather get the bag and start collecting the rings. I done spoke too much, close curtain and scene. I am not a human being, I'm a full machine. I ain't holier than thou, I don't judge, I sing. Just staying down for the come up till I reign supreme. Let's get it. Yeah, hit boy, we got another one. Ha. Man, y'all boys ain't ready for this, man. I'm still grinding, I'm still hungry.
The calendar may say autumn, but temperatures are still pretty sweltering here in North Florida. But the good news, the radar is clear. Still, hydration will be key today at TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now a 1,000-yard rusher a season ago, Antonio Gibson with it. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll go again with Gibson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. Back to throw, Stafford. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Throwing is Jackson. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, They get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. To throw is Stafford. And that is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
He'll look to set up his blockers. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and out will come the offense as they take over. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
The Jaguars at 1-3 here in the early part of the year. Now, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, this defense for the Texans, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Pierce will try to pick it up.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Rolling to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson under pressure, and they got to him again. Joey Bosa, now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Going for it with Pierce.
Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Straight ahead, Gibson.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 2 yards, good enough for a first. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
On first down, right back to Gibson.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Stafford.
That's complete. It's Chris Godwin.
And some room to work.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
From the 50, it's Stafford. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Stafford.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. From the 50, Stafford.
Rager catches it left side.
And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. It'll be a gain of 5. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good.
Well, I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles, not only attempt it, but make it one of the longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one of this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it. And they show what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. They'll swing this out to Fournette. Only able to gain a couple there. 3rd and 7 now.
And that's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
They go play action with Jackson. On the move to his left. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Joey Bosa able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. On the return, here comes Lewis. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Stafford. He's got Gibson on the out route. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 14. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Stafford. Looking for Godwin again, and he's got him once more. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now Stafford. And it's caught. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. They'll try to run with Gibson, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Now it's Stafford. Losing 9 yards there. And it also brings up 4th. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. The kick by Carlson is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play.
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with the coach and our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
We changed it.
On second down, here's Fournette. 7 yards there and a first down. Jackson. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Steps away. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
And, Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw is on target to Likely. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now it's Jackson. Deep ball for Goodwin. And this is caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Well, for all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and the next-gen stats showing that at an even 57 yards through the air.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is up to 8. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Stafford. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. A give up the middle to Gibson. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
On second down, here's Gibson again. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. A gain of just 1. They'll run with Gibson. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 53 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football. So still no touchdowns allowed by this defense. They get the interception there. CD, they have been rock solid.
And at this point, I think they have to expect that they're going to see some shots taken down the field. And that was almost a desperation throw right there, just kind of hoping something good can happen, a completion, a pass interference. But this was anticipated well, and they came up with the INT.
First and 10, it's Pierce. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. The slot man in motion right. And they'll send the slot in motion left. On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. Man open. It's Goodwin. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Jackson. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Texans take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points. So a pretty wild turn of events there. Instead of a sure 3 points, it's 6 the other direction.
And if you're kicking in the NFL, that should be pretty much automatic, but I don't think that's on him at all. The protection broke down. That led to the block.
And he's not going to get there. So they come up empty on the 2-point conversion, and they are unable to tie up this football game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
The last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. A field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously, the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys. I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Now on 2nd and 13, Jackson, and he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and forever. To throw is Jackson. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It'll be a 48-yard punt, 5 there on the return.
And the Texans will take over.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Once more Gibson. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 59 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
He'll fire it deep for Rager. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They were trying to erase that deficit in one play.
They certainly were, but how about the reaction time and the instincts back deep to force the incompletion? We might need to mark this one down. We may look back and say, that was a game-saving play.
That'll go as a punt of 32 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And this will be a Jaguars 1st down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
Hasn't been his best afternoon on the ground, far from it, but a critical 3rd down conversion.
This afternoon just got better. All right, you're exactly right. It hasn't been his best in terms of yardage, but that run there, that's the one your teammates look to you and go, okay, that's what we want from you. That's what we need. Now they have a chance to keep moving forward and a chance to win the game.
And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby Okereke. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued. Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result. Meanwhile, Stafford's throw complete there to St. Brown. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. Throwing is Stafford. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Stafford now to throw. Got St. Brown running the quick slant here. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. Carlson able to put this one through. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. The Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford eluding the pressure right. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Chris Godwin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans have taken a 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 5. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Here's Jackson. Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the counter, Gibson. And he is going to lose yardage here. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. Gibson again. And this looks a lot like the last play. Behind the line of scrimmage, he's tackled for the 2nd straight go-around. Great job by this Jacksonville D. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter. Do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick by Carlson is good, and that'll push the lead up to 8. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Jackson to throw.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. What a gut punch. That should be the nail in the coffin with those 2 points, making this a 2-score game now with time, Charles, clearly not on their side.
Yeah, they have to give the football away as well. Had a chance. Yeah, it was a small chance to get down the field. But guess what? This one's now just about over.
Here's Lewis to return. Here's Gibson to start the drive.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. So Houston going to